1971. We woke up in a different world, where the Cold War ended along with the Vietnam carnage. All because of the Dome. The Dome. A territory full of anomalous artifacts, phenomena, and organisms. We still don't know what it is. An alien city? Some kind of a testing ground or storage? Whatever it is, no living thing trapped under the Dome can escape it. Yet even this did not stop the research. The major powers created the Cronus Megacorporation to develop and explore the Dome. Its secrets became a lucrative business. The Spire station was built on top of the Dome to export the artifacts and import supplies and personnel. The city of Crystal Sands grew at the foot of the Dome, eventually becoming a major transportation hub. All this required thousands of employees, and there was no shortage of candidates. Romantics, pragmatists, and adventurers of all trades swarmed recruiting centers around the globe, seeking jobs at Cronus. You were one of those people. In 1976, your application was approved, and you went under the Dome towards the future. Whether a good one or a bad one, only time will tell.
I'll be good.
A guy wearing thick spectacles thrusts out a sweaty hand.
Monty James, Silverwing.
He glances down at your badge.
Ah, it's you. I found your file extremely interesting. And your CV, wonderful. When I had the opportunity to look over the files of my future colleagues, I couldn't resist. I don't want to sound boastful, but silver level clearance...
Monty makes a ring with his thumb and forefinger.
You were number 63,784 on the waiting list, but you were lucky enough to get into the dome after only 16 months. Besides that, zero, nada, absolutely nothing. You're a dark horse for both the Foundation and myself. How exactly did you end up in this wing?
James smiles condescendingly.
Yeah, my little schoolboy nephew's the same. He loves all those bizarre space travelers, like Captain... what's his name? Hyena?
An uncomfortable silence rises. He taps the narrow illuminator panel with one finger.
Look, there's a storm rising. The lightning is strange. Green. Should lightning be green? This is my first sandstorm.
A man with a mustache and a blue jumpsuit is standing at the window, studying the construction site below through the occasional break in the blue. Taps on the glass with one finger and gestures you to come and take a look. Seems like he doesn't speak English. A thin, pale young woman is sitting at the window, leaning against the illuminator. The glass is slightly fogged with her breath.
We've crossed the border. No way back now. Even traveling by the funicular wasn't so... thrilling.
The white presses small hands to her blushing cheeks.
You were thinking, why have no children been born under the dome? I've got a working hypothesis, but I'm not ready to share it yet.
She says softly, as if answering a question you didn't ask. Kimura peers through the glass in the direction you indicate.
Oh, that's the aircraft that crashed into the dome during the first expedition.
The white shakes her head, bewildered.
I just can't believe it.
Kimura shoots you a surprised look.
You're familiar with the details of the briefing, right? To put it simply, the dome is a selectively permeable environment.
The white draws an invisible hemisphere in the air.
Inorganic objects may exit the dome without difficulty, but any living creature dies if transported back to the outside world. That's why we're all stuck here for an indefinite period of time.
Kimura is eyeing the dome's mesh, glittering in the sunlight.
Supposedly, it's something to do with the atmospheric composition, but it's a weak theory. The difference of the air within the dome is so insignificant as to fall within the margin of error. Or to put it more simply,
She shoots a quick glance at the silver and lowers her voice.
I heard a rumor. Or a conspiracy.
A tall woman is watching an ad playing on the monitor, arms crossed. She glances at you and all.
Greetings. Please take all necessary precautions. By that I mean, don't turn your back on him.
Elsa nods at the orange.
I just follow orders. Even if his crime was embezzlement, I have to keep him cuffed. Those are the rules.
Olis.
Our friends from the administration didn't deign to inform me about this man's record. Could be I'm escorting a serial killer.
The orange is dressed in a new jumpsuit. He's side-eyeing the screen skeptically. Despite his tired, grim expression, his gaze is open and friendly. However, the orange's face stretches into a broad smile.
There's other guys, too. The ones who go through the front door.
He nods at the black-winged woman beside him. Quentin raises his hand.
They call them humane handcuffs. How about that? Truth is, there ain't nothing humane about them. They zap you real hard the moment you get your hands on a gun. But they sure...
Monty nods at the window. Stopping by the door's porthole, you watch as the ground... It looks brown-black through the tinted glass, and smoky blue at the horizon. It almost seems like your eye is drawn to the cluttered eastern section of the dome, where you see a block of warehouses and something resembling an observation deck. The real dome doesn't resemble its image from the ads at all. There are no snow-white cities or vast highways to be seen here. Looking more closely, you can make out a single, lonely road leading... Just as you're about to move away from the window, you notice a whirlwind beginning to form above the ochre plain. The gathering storm drifts unhurriedly above the desert, a crown of green lightning flashing at its core. Clearly no ordinary weather phenomenon. It must be one of those anomalies. You freeze by the window, unable to avert your gaze. The outlines of the landing site, blurred by clouds of dust, appear behind the greenish glass of the porthole.
Come here. Come on now, or you'll miss everything.
A badge reading Ludovico Nuzzi, scientific analyst, export department.
Look over there.
He points upward with a sharp, wide gesture and hands you his field binoculars. You raise the binoculars to your eyes. Under fourfold magnification, the whirling cloud above the rust-colored Nuzzi bends close to your ear.
Fascinating. Do you want me to bring some filters? If we intercept the red and blue spectrums, we'll see something amazing. It's like a signal, some kind of method.
Without tearing your gaze away from the binoculars, you turn around slowly. It's somewhat unexpected that the dome looks horribly empty. Your eyes find some construction pits dug directly in the sand and concrete blocks. The scientist looks blankly at you.
Ah, this?
Ludovico points at the building behind it.
I work in Concord Station, categorizing relics. My job is to classify them by rarity. Then the blues package them, silvers issue the documentation, and oranges move them to the cargo capsule. Just like the one.
Nuzzi points upward.
Then the capsule takes the relics way up there, all the way to the spire, then to Crystal Sands by the funicular. They get up.
He offers you his binoculars once again.
Do you want to have a look at the spire? It's,
Nuzzi looks from you to the... He flings his arms up.
Oh, mi scusi. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Yeah, the storm is growing strong.
I'm all ears.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Have a good one.
Attention, attention. Please handle
Oh,
relics carefully.
never thought this would happen.
Damage, your life will be forfeit.
Howdy.
Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
Have a good one.
Cronus
come up to the
Corporation,
desk,
your
please. I'll
Selectron
register
has
you.
not been properly authorized. Please visit the reception desk to register.
A tall receptionist watches you from behind his desk with a board. The employee glances at you indifferently.
All new employees must register first thing. Come up to the desk, please.
The nameplate on the desk tells you you're talking with... The administrator slaps himself on the forehead.
Ah, I almost forgot the regulation...
Rayhet produces a reel-to-reel tape recorder from beneath the desk. Rewinds the tape to the solemn music begins to play. And the administrator's face takes... The administrator clears his throat and continues.
By George...
Dean squints down at the monitor.
Deserve this title. Do your job honestly.
The music fades, and the administrator... Dean puts the tape recorder away.
Now that we're done with the official greeting, I'll register you and upgrade your Selectron. Okay?
Dean frowns, irritated. Dean stabs impatiently at the terminal key. Dean's hands hover over the keyboard. He gives you a nod. You squeeze into the narrow window, lean over the reception desk, and key your data into the database. After entering, Rayhet scans the computer screen.
So your position in the waiting list was 63,784. You've been assigned to Magellan Station. A special bus will...
Dean snaps the docking port. The administrator returns your Selectron.
Now you have first-level clearance for a Blue Wing employee. You have access to storage, the repair bays, and various work...
Dean continues.
All new employees have a short list of tasks to perform on arrival. Do you want to hear all the details, or just the short version?
Rayhet snorts.
To make it short, get your uniform from storage, your weapons from the armory, pass the Psi abilities test, and complete your weapons training at the training zone. Then learn how to use the scanner, avoid anomalies, and properly catalog anything you observe. Last, go to the waiting room and wait for the bus to Magellan.
Dean sits back in his armchair.
That's it. I hope there aren't any questions.
Rayhet claps his hands and he reaches for the tape recorder, but thinks better of it.
Protocol calls for a little welcoming preamble, but dash...
As he's about to turn away, Dean suddenly remembers something.
Oh yes, I sent your mail to your Kairos. Check your...
Mr. Rayhet, would you bring me a cup of coffee, please? Colleague? Well, never mind.
Bye-bye.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit. Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World, a better place. Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World, a better place. Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Nearby. Thanks to the efforts of our brave men, it is almost it. Around the aperture at the top of the dome,
What do you want?
the spire. It's a pure engineering miracle. Welcome. We are Cronus, your reliable guide to the world of the future. When the dome was found, a small research camp was built nearby. Thanks to the efforts of our brave men, it had soon become a city. But that was only the beginning. Around the aperture at the top of the dome, a transition station was erected, which was called the Spire. It's a pure engineering miracle.
Have a good one.
Behind the storage counter, you see a small, neat guy. His gingery hair shines with something like brilliantine. His badge says, Sidney Maynard. The silver perks up at your approach. A thick logbook appears at once from under the counter. Sidney puts on thick glasses that seem to age him 5 decades in an instant. The silver finally stops and pins down a particular page with his finger.
This is your first uniform requisition, right? You can also purchase any equipment you need for...
Maynard adjusts his glasses in a businesslike manner.
Before I give you the...
Sidney fiddles with his hairstyle.
So, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Life under the dome can be dangerous. You may get shot, spill acid on yourself, get electrocuted. or suffer the effects of a dangerous anomaly. You may also freeze to death or get... That's why it's important to wear protective equipment when traveling outdoors. Of course, in hazardous situations, the equipment will get damaged, and the more it's damaged, the more often one has to repair it.
The Silver steps back from his counter to indicate the repair kit box. He points back at the shelves behind him.
We've got repair kits for this gear. There are Blue Wing specialists ready to help you at any large base, of course, but they're not...
Sydney rests the logbook on the Silver disappears. Unfolding the package, Sydney half unfolds the clothes. A jacket, high boots, and turnip pants with patch pockets.
The technician's uniform screams function over fashion. Parts of the uniform are rubberized.
He raises a finger.
One more important thing. In accordance with Order 16-225, helmets and gloves are not issued, but they're available for purchase from me.
Attention.
Please bear in mind that a full set includes headgear or a mask, jacket, trousers, gloves, and boots.
Sydney hands you the package.
Here's your uniform.
Sydney adjusts his glasses.
Sure, I'll show you what we've got. You know, we're pretty well stocked here in Concord. Take a look.
Sydney scribbles something in his logbook.
Please come back anytime if you need something.
Attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit. Attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit. Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
When the dome was found, a small... City. But in the aperture at the top of the dome, a transition station was erected, which was called the Spire. It's a pure engineering miracle. Welcome. We are Cronus, your reliable guide to the world of the future. When the dome was found, a small research camp was built nearby. Thanks to the efforts of our brave men, it had soon become a city. But that was only the beginning. Around the aperture at the top of the dome, a transition station was erected, which was called the Spire. It's a pure engineering miracle. Welcome. Cronus, your reliable guide to the world of the future. When the dome was found, a small research camp was built nearby. Thanks to the efforts of our brave men, it had soon become a city. But that was only the beginning. Around the aperture at the top of the dome, a transition station was erected, which was called the Spire. It's a pure engineering miracle. Welcome. We are Cronus, your reliable guide to the world of the future. When the dome was found, a small research camp was built nearby. Thanks to the efforts of our brave men, it had soon become a city. But that was only the beginning. Around the aperture at the top of the dome, a transition station was erected, which was called the Spire. It's a pure engineering miracle. Welcome. We are Cronus, your reliable guide to the world of the future. When the dome was found, a small research camp was built nearby. Thanks to the efforts of our brave men, it had soon become a city. But that was only the beginning. Around the aperture at the top of the dome, a transition station was erected, which was called the Spire. It's a pure engineering miracle.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be...
Welcome. We are Cronus, your reliable guide to the world of the future. When the dome was found, a small research camp was built nearby. Thanks to the efforts of our brave men, it had soon become a city. But that was only the beginning. Around the aperture at the top of the dome, a transition station was erected, which was called the Spire. It's a pure engineering miracle. Welcome. We are Cronus, your reliable guide to the world of the future. When the dome was found, a small research camp was built nearby. Thanks to the efforts of our brave men, it had soon become a city. But that was only the beginning. Around the aperture at the top of the dome, a transition station was erected, which was called the Spire. It's a pure engineering miracle.
Attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Welcome. We are Cronus, your reliable guide to the world of the future. When the dome was found, a small research camp was built nearby. Thanks to the efforts of our brave men, it had soon become a city. But that was only the beginning. Around the aperture at the top of the dome, a transition station was erected, which was called the... Welcome.
Our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place. Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Cronus Corporation reminds you. Please use a public terminal to access your account. Thank you.
urgent, Mr. Krachkov?
Katarzyna, did you mark it as Class 1 again, instead of 2? Look, here's the scanner data. It says the relic is a scientific device.
Wait, but it's still Class 1. I'm not going to violate protocol.
Katarzyna, my dear, you may violate protocol as long as it benefits the company. Take your lead from your colleagues. Correct your report if you have to, and don't act so innocent.
Vladimir, I'm done. How do we mark it?
Class 2 fragile. Tell Noyan the relic should go out with today's flight. Think about it. A Class 2 relic will mean a bigger payoff for the company, and that means a bonus in your wages. Categorizing it as Class 2 means access to state-sealed bids. I bet the Brits will buy it. They're always trying to one-up us.
All right, Mr. Krachkov. I'll correct my report.
Carl, add sealed bids to the marking. I'll complain to the Silvers about that idiot. They'll take the appropriate measures.
An engineer in a bright blue jacket is tinkering with the door lock, cursing under his breath non-stop.
You're a newcomer, right? It's a straight-up open house here today.
He offers you his hand. According to his badge, this is Maxim Penkovsky, technician. The technician slaps the door with one hand.
You have to wait until I'm done. Some orange jammed up the lock with chewing gum just for a laugh. They're like animals, those oranges, marking their territory. If you ask me, they're too gracious about those bastards in Crystal Sands.
Penkovsky chuckles.
Looks like you don't get it. Tons of relics pass through Concord. The base is laid out to make everyone walk a single route, with the top level as separate as possible from the bottom. You get the memo?
He turns back to the lock.
So in the meantime, take a load off.
Maxime extracts a thin, sharp, precision probe from behind it.
Though there's another way. You want to learn something about picking locks? It's a useful skill in all sorts of situations.
He looks at you expectantly. The blues getting... Penkovsky presses his pick lock, and an odd device resembling a hybrid of a screwdriver and a can opener into your hand.
Using a mechanical pick lock is easy peasy. No special skill required. They wear out after a few locks. While the old-fashioned kind is another thing entirely. Cheap, one use. But one has to know how to use it right. That's a tool for a master.
He gives you a quick lesson on how to...
By the way, you can carry your tools in your belt. It's much handier to have them right there.
Penkovsky shows you his utility belt, where he keeps all kinds of tools.
Actually, finding tools under the dome is no problem at all. There are even devices for hacking terminals and so on.
Maxime hoists up his belt. The blue solemnly raises his index finger.
And one more thing. Always use brand name stuff if you can. Groovy produces good kits. Modus and Supercolor do too. They've all got fat contracts with Cronus, so they...
He looks at the door again.
Damn these locks. Though I'd rather be doing this than fixing hab pods. Those are a real pain in...
Penkovsky gives you a patronizing look.
Because they're poorly made, warped from the heat, and the filters aren't worth a damn. The modules were constructed by marketing managers, not engineers. Building a city in the desert was also their idea. This project is all about PR. Cronus wants to show the world how tough they are. I repeat, Get a lockpick and attach it to your utility belt. And then, apply it to the door. Yes, apply is the proper word.
Damage, your life will be forfeit.
Hey, I saw that. I repeat, get a lockpick and attach it to your utility belt.
Attention, please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit. Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place. Attention, please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit. Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place. Attention, please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit. Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place. Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
And then, apply it to the door. Yes, apply is the proper word. You're doing well. Just don't forget to pick up your uniform and weapons. It'll be awkward for you if the door gets stuck again.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
The smell of good tobacco wafts off this tall, portly woman from a meter away. A black lacquered pipe, an open logbook full of signatures, and a metal flip calendar sit on. The woman fixes her coppery hair with one hand and casually lights her pipe.
To what do I owe?
Margarita thumbs back a couple of pages in her log. She glances at her Kairos, looks at you, snorts, and retreats. Tukachenko returns a couple of minutes later, carrying something that looks... The weapon seems weightless as she spins it around her finger.
I ain't telling you shit about this thing, because that's exactly how much I know. Laser, schmazer, cadmium battery, fiberglass body, blah, 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 blah. You probably know more about it than I do. Here.
Margarita drags on her pipe and releases a puff of thick, yellow smoke.
I see you know the rules and won't cause problems.
Tukachenko bites down on the stem of her pipe.
Are you kidding me? I'm a different breed.
The armorer shrugs, puffing indifferently on her pipe.
It's the least I could do. We have a requisition list from the Silvers. For free, you receive only rubbish. If you want the real deal...
Leaning over the counter, the black points somewhere off to one side.
Now it's time for your training. Fatherby is already waiting for you by the big gate. He's a bit dotty, but a good man. But before the training zone, go see that wizard guy with his toothpicks. Be careful around him, though. Don't let him pitch you a line. Psychic my ass.
She winces in disgust.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
A lean Silver with thick black hair and a huge cigar clamped in his teeth is sitting in front of you. As you approach, he flashes a sly grin and slowly raises an outstretched hand above the table. Something really weird happens. All the paper clips, pencils, scattered toothpicks, and bits of trash float up from the table and hang in the air. The silver badge reading Andrei Mihai, Science Instructor, floats up as well.
Here for the briefing, huh? Shall we get to it?
He takes the cigar out of his mouth and exhales a lush cloud of smoke. The Silver props his elbows on the table.
Anyway, here's the deal. It's more profitable for people with a high psyche to study psionics. Give me your...
Not waiting for an answer, Andrei gropes your hand with an expression of fierce concentration.
So, do you practice? Bells, bulbs, brushing mugs off the table, huh?
The Silver takes a thin glove covered in talc from his desk and passes it to you.
Look, a glove, right? But it isn't just a glove.
He counts off on his fingers.
Learn psionics. Put on the glove. Transform energy into the necessary shape. That's the whole briefing. Simple? Simple. Now to your questions, huh?
In reply, Andre jumps up from his armchair and thrusts his The unexpected question calls a bunch of The Silver looks into your eyes.
3.
He easily names every number you've got in mind. It doesn't take the psychic long to think of something. A small 2-com bond coin jumps up from the table, and then the ruined coin drops into a glass already. You don't have to ask him twice. Mihai picks up a light bulb from the table, the filament begins to glow faintly. In a little over a second, the Silver laughs content. Mihai spreads his hands good-naturedly, as if to say, the toothpicks on the table skitter around for a moment, arranging themselves into a... The Silver laughs loudly at his joke. Mihai shakes his head wearily.
No, enough tricks. I'm exhausted. Psionics it requires strength. Drains you. Remember that, huh?
The Silver takes a pull at his cigar.
Psionics. It's a gift for all of us. The forefathers took off someplace. Poof, gone. Only the dome remains. And this... psionics, huh?
He rocks back in his armchair. Mihai spreads his dark hands. Toothpicks hover around his head in a kind of halo.
Scientists say everyone has an organic skill called psyche. You have it, I have it, everyone has it, huh? Big psyche? You got talents. Small psyche? No talents. You'll need to carry a lighter all your life.
honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
Penkovsky wearily drags a sleeve across his forehead.
You're lucky.
Welcome under the dome, an amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization. Listen to this information, useful for all wings, and receive a colorful leaflet. Hello.
Attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
hope to see you again soon.
Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place.
Welcome under the dome, an amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization. Listen to this information, useful for all wings, and receive a colorful leaflet. Welcome under the dome, an amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization. Listen to this information, useful for all wings, and receive a colorful leaflet.
Soon be a real resort
Welcome under
city
the
in
dome,
the West.
an amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization. Listen to this information, useful for all wings, and receive a colorful
sure I'll
leaflet.
come here in a year and will feel like a real queen. This is Victoria LeGrand and the dome from the inside. See you next time.
Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
Welcome under the dome, an amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization. Listen to this information, useful for all wings, and receive a colorful leaflet.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Welcome under the dome, an amazing...
You see a tall scientist in a white lab coat, bathed in the dim lamplight. He almost appears to be hovering above the laboratory. The man turns at your footsteps. He's holding a paper clipboard and a pencil. He glances from you to the glittering watch on his wrist.
I want us to respect one another's time.
Finished with his unusual greeting, he offers you his thin hand. The scientist puts the clipboard aside. He shows you his watch dial.
According to the rules of this briefing, I have to touch on a large number of topics. Therefore,
Sebastian produces his handheld and clicks some buttons.
I checked your scanner. It's working and is connected to the...
The instructor watches you with displeasure.
Are you listening? Scan everything that might be of scientific interest. First of all, anomaly.
He places a canvas pouch in your hand.
This pouch is full of bolts. You can temporarily discharge an anomaly by throwing...
Van Olden pushes a button on his stopwatch.
So, my oral briefing fell within the allotted span of time. Any questions you want to ask me?
Honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
The white scowls in annoyance.
Do you know anything at all? What did you... For scanning anomalies and relics, you receive 4 father points. Scanning the company's property and employees, living or dead, earns you Chronos knowledge points.
He explains with a sagacious expression.
You can exchange knowledge points for medication and equipment as part of the volunteer research program. Are you ready for the next part? The clock is ticking.
The instructor taps his watch meaningfully.
Attention, attention.
You'll need some one-use stimulator injectors, bandages to stop bleeding, and anti-radiation agents and radio protectors, including ARAD-3.
The white ticks these off. He produces a black-capped, transparent plastic jar out of his pocket.
According to protocol, you should have this medicine. I'll give it to you as soon as we proceed to the practical part of the briefing. Are you ready, by the way, or do you have any questions?
The scientist glances at his watch again.
You're within the time limit for...
He rests one finger on the button in preparation to start the timer.
You're going to go downstairs and scan relics. I will be monitoring your progress. Please note there are several radioactive anomalies in the ecozone. These are the same conditions you'll be working in the field. Radioactive zones and relics are...
He smoothly extracts a jar of yellow pills.
The dome from the inside.
Welcome
With
under the
me,
dome, an amazing
Victoria
excursion
LeGrand.
to a world
As
of
you
new
can see,
technology and
there are endless souls.
Please stand by for decontamination to end.
Blinding rain, and the air is as dry as a nun's castle.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Welcome under the dome, an amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization.
But we aren't strangers to sci-fi here. The detailed
Remember, our honest work will make the world
Welcome
a
under the
better
dome,
place.
an amazing excursion to a
World, a
world of
better
new
place.
technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization. Listen to this information.
Good day to you.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit. Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Come back again.
What an inhospitable wilderness.
Von Olden gestures back at the eco.
Be careful around the anomalies. Touch one of them and you'll be injured. Toss a bolt at the anomaly to discharge it. Journal entry, a successful scanning attempt. You're doing all right so far. Go ahead. Journal entry. 2 objects scanned. And again, watch out for anomalies. Touch one and you'll be injured. Don't touch the relics with your hands, employee. Use your scanner. Radiation sickness will not add to your knowledge. All 3 objects have been successfully scanned. Come upstairs, employee.
Sebastian meets you on the platform. He clicks the stopwatch button, fixing the result time. The scientist turns back to his notes.
Not bad. One question. You observed several anomalies while scanning. Why do you think they appeared? I'd like to hear your opinion.
The scientist assumes a superior expression.
I knew you'd come up with something.
He glances at the shimmering blue light in the eco zone.
The truth is, we don't know the precise reason for these phenomenon either. We actually know nothing.
Sebastian points a thin finger at the clustered lightning.
I personally believe that the anomalies are the dome's security mechanism. The ones you saw are relatively harmless, but there are different...
Van Olden clasps his hands behind his back.
I know you don't care, but I'll say it anyway. Scientists today are required to be wonder workers who can heal cancer with a wave of their hand and solve the secrets of the universe during their coffee break.
The White's gaze strays back to his clipboard.
If something terrible happens under the dome one day, and I'm sure it will, science will protect no one. That is all.
Welcome under the dome, an amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the riddle.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be
There are endless salt pans in the western region behind me. The sun reflects...
Please stand by for decontamination to end.
Listen to this information for all wings and receive a colorful leaflet.
Wilderness, you'll say. And I fully agree with you. But what if I told you that in a...
Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place. Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit. Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
Howdy.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Bye-bye.
You'll be lying by a swimming pool, sipping a margarita right on this spot. Sounds like a sci-fi story, but we aren't strangers to sci-fi here. The detailed plans are ready, and according to them, there will soon be a real resort city in the West, with bars, casinos, spas, and therapeutic saunas. I don't know about you, but I'm sure I'll come here in a year and will feel like a real queen. This is Victoria LeGrand, and the dome from the inside. See you next time.
Hiya.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the dome from the inside with me, Victoria LeGrand. As you can see, there are endless salt pans in the western region behind me. The sun reflects blindingly from the salt. Our honest air is as dry as a nun's gown. What an inhospitable wilderness, you'll say. And I fully agree with you. But what if I told you that in a year, you'll be lying by a swimming pool, sipping a margarita right on this...
Welcome back.
Sounds like a sci-fi story, but we aren't strangers to sci-fi here. The detailed plans are ready. And according to them, there will soon
Attention,
be a real
attention.
resort city in the
Please
West.
handle relics carefully.
Casinos,
In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
I don't know about you, but I'm sure I'll come here in a year and will feel like a real queen. This is Victoria LeGrand, and the dome from the inside. See you next time.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the dome from the inside with me, Victoria LeGrand. As you can see, there are endless salt pans in the western region behind me. The sun reflects blindingly from the salt, and the air is as dry as a nun's gusset. What an inhospitable wilderness, you'll say. And I fully agree with you. But what if I told you that in a year, you'll be lying by a swimming pool, sipping a margarita right on this spot? Sounds like a sci-fi story, but we aren't strangers to sci-fi here. The detailed plans are ready, and according to them, there will soon be a real...
And I was starting to get bored.
Bars, casinos, spas, and therapeutic saunas. I don't know about you, but I'm sure I'll come here in a year and will feel like a real...
Remember,
This
our
is
honest work
Victoria
will make the
LeGrand,
world a better
and the
place.
dome from the
World
inside.
a better place.
See you next time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the dome from the inside with me, Victoria LeGrand.
I hope to
As
see you again
can
soon.
See, there are endless salt pans in the western region behind me. The sun reflects blindingly from the salt, and the air is as dry as a nun's gusset. What an inhospitable wilderness, you'll say. And I fully
A middle-aged black is sitting behind the counter with his hands in his lap. The buttons and zippers on his uniform are polished to a shine, and even his badge. Botherby frowns as you approach.
Your first act is being late for the briefing. You going to be late for your funeral as well?
The black looks you over.
Yes, I see the weapon receipt check mark. Looks like you are fully prepared to disappoint me. You are prepared, right, employee?
Botherby leans over the counter and directs you to the doors.
Behind this door is a combat...
He raises his index finger.
The conditions in the training zone closely simulate those one would experience in the field. Your goal is to avoid getting lost and dying of dehydration.
Pulling a notepad from his pocket, the instructor jots down your name.
Your goal is to hit 3 targets.
I'm going to monitor you and advise as necessary.
The nuns gossip. What an inhospitable and I fully agree with you, but what if I told you? Sounds like the sunrise.
Target hit. Thrilling news. Can't help but say I'm stoked. Try not to get too cocky. Target hit. I wouldn't cheer for random chance if I were you.
I don't know about you, but I'm sure I'll come here in a year and you'll feel like a real queen. This is Victoria LeGrand and the dome from the inside.
Botherby nods grandly.
You made it through training without making a total fool of yourself. Congratulations.
This is the dome from the inside with me, Victoria LeGrand. As you can see, there are endless salt pans in the western region behind me. The sun reflects blindingly from the salt.
Hello again.
It's as dry as a nut's place. What an
Have a good one.
inhospitable wilderness, you'll say. And I fully agree with you. But what if I told you you're lying by a swimming pool, sipping a margarita right on this spot? Sounds like a sci-fi story, but we aren't strangers to sci-fi here.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit. Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
The detailed plans are ready. According to them, soon be a real resort city in the mix, with bars, casinos, spas, and therapeutic saunas. I don't know about you, but I'm sure I'll come here in a year and will feel like a real queen.
Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
This information, useful for all wings, and receive a colorful leaflet.
From the inside. See you next time.
Why do you keep bothering me? I'm listening. Have a good one. Yes? I hope to see you again soon.
Hey, you're at it again, asshole.
Okay, you got me, Butch. Old habits. You know that.
Shall we continue?
Continue my ass. Read deal. Everyone gets 3 bolts.
Hey, come on now. Start over. He only did it once.
No, Butch is right. I ain't gonna argue with him.
Cuss you ain't, you slime ball. If I find out you cheated, your mama won't ever see you again.
None of our mothers will ever see any of us again. Damned dome. I'm all right. I'm dealing.
Hiya.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit. Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
Have a good one. Hey, you. Yeah, you, dumbass. I'm talking to you. Quit staring and get over here. I'm talking... Hello.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Have a good one.
Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place. Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place. Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Why do you keep bothering me? See ya!
Hello again. Bye-bye. And I was starting to get bored.
Work will make the world a better place. World a better place. Attention.
It was nice chatting.
Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
I was starting to get... Bye-bye.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Why do you keep bothering me? Bye-bye.
Wow, look what the wind... It was nice chatting.
Sipping a margarita right on this spot. Sounds like a sci-fi story. But we aren't strangers in sci-fi here.
Welcome Under the Dome, an amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the riddles. I hope to see you again soon.
Ed, spit it out. I can see that something's bothering you.
Well, it's a bit of a private matter, you see.
God. Come on already.
We can't just hand Miss Norway over to the Silvers, see? She's unique among relics.
Ed, we already discussed this. The relic's effect is well known. It's nothing but semantic imitation. I wrote you about it, remember?
I know. Well, there's something else. She's rational. No, really. I've talked with her for hours.
Damn it, Ed. The relic doesn't speak. It's some kind of subliminal wave field messing with your head. It's you having both sides of the conversation with Norway. It's all inside your head. You're imagining that it's rational. That's it. We've gone through all that.
Doctor, what if it's the other way round? What if she made you believe she's not rational?
Eddie!
But you can't exclude the possibility, can you?
Technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization. Listen to this information, useful for all wings.
Pity Stein isn't seeing this.
Attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Welcome Under the Dome, an amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization. Listen to this information, useful for all wings, and receive a colorful leaflet. Welcome Under the Dome, an amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization. Listen to this information, useful for all wings, and receive a colorful leaflet.
Good day to you.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit. Remember, our honest work will make the
Have a good one.
Maybe Stein isn't seeing this.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
How can I help? It was nice chatting. Employee, please come here. There's an urgent task for you. Well, hello there.
Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
Good day to you. Come back again.
Attention.
Come back again.
Attention. Please handle relics carefully.
I hope to see you again soon.
Damage, your life will be forfeit.
The giant display glows welcomingly. A gray old man with high cheekbones appears. He leans close to the camera, his glasses glittering.
My name is Martin Kingsley. I'm Chief Officer of Magellan Base. We were supposed...
He reaches for something out of view and produces a thin folder with your name on the cover. Apparently, your file. He marks one of the pages with a pencil.
Well, well. So you're in Blue Wing. A solid choice. Does it run in the family? Or did the role attract you for some other reason?
The quick strokes of the administrator's pencils suggest he's added 2 big plus signs to your file.
There's around 6,000 vehicles inside the dome now, and that number...
Kingsley closes the file and folds his hands in front of him.
Thank you for your reply. I learned a little more about you. Now, I want you to learn a little bit.
He assumes a serious expression.
When the dome was discovered in 1971, it became a scientific and media sensation.
Kingsley drums his fingers on the unseen desk, his gaze focused somewhere beyond.
I see. You were enticed here by radio advertising, telefilms, and all those interviews, billboards at every turn. Cronus wants the world to see the dome.
You can't make out his eyes behind the glare on his spectacles, but he seems to be staring directly at you.
Here's the truth. Nobody was waiting for us inside the dome. It's neither a treasury of technologies nor a cemetery of the ancients. Perhaps what we're doing now is defusing the world's most complicated bomb. Will our mission thrive?
He looks back at your file.
I say, do what must be done. Because that's what the concept of the 5 wings is all about.
Kingsley points at the camera.
You're from Blue Wing. You're looking at the world's most complicated infrastructure, and that complexity keeps growing. Your duties are not limited to maintenance and service. You'll be...
Putting the folder aside, he sits back and stares at you in silence. Kingsley sighs quietly.
You were probably waiting for some boilerplate welcome speech. But I prefer to talk about real-world problems. Glad to meet you.
Martin nods slowly.
I apologize once again for this long-distance meeting. Now, as we don't have much time...
He moves closer to the camera.
I'm going to show you a short video.
Kingsley's face freezes on screen.
I have an urgent mission for an employee of your background and qualifications. I'd have assigned someone from Magellan, but I'm short on personnel. That's why it has to be a newcomer. I apologize again for the rush, but it seems I have no choice.
Martin noisily clears his throat.
Maybe you've heard about Nashville Base. While preparing the materials for this mission, I came across a short documentary film about the complex.
The speakers produce a hollow click. Purple, gray, and black spots flicker on the screen. A blurred title, The Cronus Archive, 1971 to 1974. The shadow of an airplane flies across a faded yellow desert. A cheery voice fills the room. Every day, our researchers uncover more and more of the dome's secrets. The desert dims into the black of a chalkboard. White lines drawn by an invisible hand begin to sketch a schematic of the dome. The narrator continues. By 1972, however, many important discoveries had come to light in a period of only a few months, and the construction of stationary research bases adjacent to the more promising objects began. Personnel moved into Ankara in May of 1972, and within half a year, Boston and Dessau were also brought into service. Though the picture changes to a chasm suffused with electric light. The speaker's voice seems to come from a distance. In November of 1973, a massive network, the camera glides through dim caverns as the silhouettes of bizarre mechanisms emerge. Metal struck, the speaker continues. C-12 Nashville is an innovative research complex located atop the primary relic mining location. The film abruptly cuts out, and Kingsley's face reappears.
The rest of this information is classified. Hopefully you get the main idea. Nashville is a very special place, requiring people with both special qualifications and special clearance level, though yours will do for your task.
Kingsley lowers his eyes and flips through some documents.
Only the driver. The rest of the group has already departed. I'll tell you everything you need to know, don't worry.
The chief officer bends threateningly close to the camera. Martin adjusts his glasses.
So, the task. Nashville Base stopped transmitting and receiving signals yesterday evening. A reconnaissance group was sent out earlier today, but we haven't heard anything from them yet either.
The chief officer rubs his forehead.
Normally, I would never give...
He looks down at the documents again.
Furthermore, the group was lacking someone with your specialization. The communication problem appears to be more severe than I thought. Nashville's technicians could use an...
Kingsley is looking into the camera once more.
Your task is to get to Nashville, figure out whatever's behind the communication...
The chief officer carefully returns the documents to the folder. You notice his hands tremble slightly.
Go downstairs. The truck must be waiting for you in storage. This task is urgent, but a small delay is acceptable if there's anything you need to settle here first.
Kingsley's hand reaches toward the camera.
Great to hear.
Oh, you again. Come back again.
It was nice chatting. Have a good one.
The lock's been broken. Hope they didn't take anything.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
these manifests. You're a cold man, Ulf. You're heartless. Hey, did you see that storm?
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Glad to meet you.
The highway leading to C-12 Nashville is blocked by an anomalous storm, and you're forced to detour. Lara lifts up the hood and thoroughly...
The engine's boiling, so we'll have to wait. You do know what happens when a car boils, right? It's...
The Blue shuts her mouth abruptly and stares anxiously at the dark funnel cloud dancing on the horizon. Now that you're on higher ground, it's clear that the storm has overtaken a fairly large section of road. It will be difficult to pass. Morgan turns on the radio. The air is filled with white noise and distant, barely audible voices. The Blue looks at the engine again.
We wait. As soon as it cools down, we'll go. This storm worries me more, but it's not an insurmountable problem. I heard there are some relics at the local gas station that protect against anomalies. You could even accidentally step on one out here, they say. Mysterious are the ways of the Lord.
Morgan thinks for a moment.
It's a combination cafe gas station called Roadside Picnic. Never been there myself, but there's something...
The Blue looks at the storm once more.
There've been more...
She sighs and squirms.
I knew people who got caught in one of those storms. They blow up so fast, there's no chance to get away.
Your companion perks up a bit. She seems to be interested in this subject.
This place is registered as a resource anomaly zone. Not much is known about these relics. They dampen anomaly fields, even very strong ones. They're also found in other parts of the dome. They're known as bronze apples, or aluminum apples. I don't remember.
Get me home. Oh, I feel my chakras opening.
Who the hell goes there? Come on in, since you're already here.
A weird, scruffy old man with a matted beard is sitting in front of the checkout terminal. The badge on his blue jump. With a groan, he picks up a magnifying glass. The computer plays a short tune. Checkmate, the system declares. The old man angrily sets the magnifying glass aside.
A Grandmaster? You're a piece of junk, not a Grandmaster.
He raises his head to squint in your direction.
Eh? What do you want? I don't advise eating here, and there's nothing to buy. And either way, we're closed.
The shopkeeper rises from his seat, and you notice he's sporting a peg. The old man throws up his hands with a scowl.
Then go fix it.
Melville reluctantly points a crooked finger at the front door.
There's an anomaly, a tree. It's glowing. And there are some golden thingies hanging off it. We make special devices from that fruit called anomaly protectors. Should one be laying around on the floor, go...
After a little digging, he pulls out a little key on a shoelace.
Only take the device, you hear? It's company property. I should be charging you myself, as a matter of fact.
Wrong stuff. I'm so hungry after that.
The old man sits at the counter with his head propped in one hand.
Oh, how should I know? You came in and sat down. Ask them yourself.
Hiya.
Why should we depend on rational knowledge? Hello. Why should we depend on rational knowledge? Reason leads us up a blind alley over and over again. There are only two true paths to knowledge: mystical epiphanies and my books.
Salutations.
Why should we depend on rational knowledge? Reason leads...
Hi there. Have a good one.
Why should we depend on...
Oh, good day. Come back again.
Why should we depend on rational knowledge? Reason leads us up a blind alley over and over again.
Right. What has reason ever given us anyway? That is true. And that means everything else in this book is also true.
Good day to you. to see you again soon.
Greetings. Have a good one.